Good afternoon. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. February 18, 2026 explosions in Iran. Aircraft movements from the United States. This is absolute madness. What's happening? What's going on right now? Well, today. Key points about what's happening, about what will happen in the next 48 hours around the world. Family, your likes, your comments, military strategies. Let's begin. Family, good afternoon. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now, 5 minutes past 7. Strictly live, no recordings, no stories. Here we are. My goodness. What just happened? What's happening and what's about to happen? Past, present, future. That's how we are right now. Living the past, living the present, living the future, all at the same time. It's the first time in history we've seen something like this. Mind-blowing, incredible, terrifying, unsettling. That's how we could describe the movement that happened last night. We couldn't stream live. Precisely last night, we couldn't do a live stream because of issues with the YouTube platform. It had nothing to do with military strategies. It wasn't my fault that it didn't work and we couldn't do the live stream. Then things kept happening throughout the day that kept delaying the stream. Family, I want to show you a photograph, just one photo, well, a couple of them. Let's look at a few, please. Your likes, don't miss this. Today is historic. First photo? First photo of the afternoon, please look at that. I just don't know if the United States has set up an airline in Europe. If they've set up a low-cost airline and they're transporting goats or some kind of animal. I don't know what they're doing, but this is historic. What you're seeing there is the largest deployment in history since the Gulf War, known as the largest deployment. They've brought in a F-15S, F-22S, and more. I mean, forget what we talked about yesterday. Forget everything. We're starting the story from scratch. Okay, from scratch. Good. Last night, and we're going to see it now on the map. Besides the explosions happening in Tehran province, there are explosions going on. We're going to see all of this. Last night, something happened that I already think is crazy. It's happening right now, in fact. Live image, right now. Look at what's happening here. Look at this that's happening here. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Stratotankers right now are taking the F-22S and the F-15S to the operations area. This is the craziest thing happening right now in the skies of this planet. The world is going crazy without knowing what's happening or what will happen. There is breaking news in Israel. There are statements. There is one of the people closest to Netanyahu and Trump. I've spoken quite a bit. There are statements from the former director of Israeli intelligence. I'm only going to say one thing. First headline. Do you have any appointments or plans for this weekend? They can only be called military strategies. Forget about it, forget about it, forget about the weekend, forget about going to the movies. Dinner doesn't matter. Digits.
Agua.
Phone batteries and military strategies. That's right, right now, while we're talking, another communications node, another Wi-Fi, another flying internet, just so people understand. Crossing the Atlantic, another one. Now we have four communications nodes, no more and no less. Right now. C-17 planes the P-8, which is already in position. A C-17 had to make an emergency landing in Turkey, reportedly due to a lack of fuel, though the exact reason is unknown. I don't believe it because it can refuel in flight and there's plenty of time to refuel. The fighter jet highway is already established. Look here, these two tankers are right now refueling planes that are currently flying over the Mediterranean. The truth is that you have to wait. You have to take turns. You have to take turns for everything that's arriving, everything that's coming right now. From the base, the F-16s from the base are already heading to Spain. From Spain, they'll go to Greece, and from Greece to the operations area. The F-22S from the United Kingdom are already coming down from the United Kingdom heading to Greece, from Greece to the east, and from there, God knows where, because they're invisible. That's what they say, that you can't see them. And here we are at the forefront of the entire communication setup of what's going to happen and what will take place. Welcome to your channel. Thank you so much for your support. Don't miss what's going to happen tonight. What we're going to see, what we're going to do is amazing. Military strategies. It's about to happen. And I hope we have time to do something incredible in history. That's all I'm going to say. We have to ask God to give us health, safety, and wisdom to explain what is going to happen in the next few hours. We have to do it right. Family comes first. It's the most important thing. A big hug to all our community in Israel, to all our friends. Don't worry, everything is fine. We will be covering all of this. We will be providing accurate information in real time, as much as we are allowed to, obviously, and what is yet to come. Images from the province of Tehran. Explosions.
It's a very loud, strange sound and...
Explosions at missile facilities. What's going on here? What's happening?
Bye-bye, friends.
Well, what's happening? I'm going to explain it so people really understand. So we understand it. Where did this happen? Here? On the outskirts of Tehran? A newly built commuter town. Subscribe. Let's try to locate this place. From what we see in the images, these are more or less new, more or less modern buildings. They're talking about an underground facility. An underground facility. Let's go to the map. The city is this one. Let's start on this side. Let's see if we spot anything strange. Real-time investigation, family? Any bunker around here? Any underground facility? It could be under construction. Let's keep going this way. Some missile launch platforms, maybe around here. We see this platform here. Let's continue. A warehouse. Let's keep going this way. Nothing for now. Let's keep looking for where this place is. I'm going to give you the explanation, which to me is very clear, of what just happened there. This is an electricity generator. Thank you. Follow the light and you will find you will find the way out, they used to say. Follow the light and you will find the way out.
All right.
The buildings are close. This seems more like something else than a park, but okay. This area is getting more interesting now. Oh, this right here? This already looks different. A cable car. And these here could be missile silos. We need to find the entrance. Let's look for the entrance. The ground has been moved here, huh? It might be due to how the cable car is built. This, I sometimes say, is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Much more complicated than we could ever imagine. Wow, this is a base, huh? Is this a military base? Yes, this is a military base. We're close.
Estamos cerca.
We see it trenches. We already have a military base. Family. I'm sorry for going so fast. You know, Hawkeye is looking for another military base, right? Yes, here we can see the unit logos. So we could focus on this area. Let's see here. Suspicious, huh? Very suspicious. What we're seeing here, we're watching the video again. We've got it. We've got it, folks. Here we are. Let's keep going. I always say this to people who like to do this, okay? I'm going to tell you some things. Iran never lets the private cars of the people who work at the silos go inside. So what we have here is a mega parking lot. Here we see it, mega parking lot. We go in. First security checkpoint. This is what Iranians hate, that we do this. Trucks to transport missiles. Here we see them. There they are, family. We also have trucks to transport the missile fuel. Let's go to the right. More containers for missiles. What do we have here? We didn't know this one, huh? For the first time, military strategies are being introduced. First item of the day. We didn't know this one. Look at him, oh my, what madness. Reinforced with cement. What an entrance, huh? This is dirt they've taken out from inside. Footage from 2024. We keep seeing things here, huh? There's a lot here. Look. A passage here underground. This is interesting, huh? More tickets.
Another one.
Look at the perimeter for anti-air defense to place it there. The buildings from where the video is being recorded. Let's take a look. Let's go to the video.
Let's see.
Of course, it's being built in that area. This is a good point. Take note. It's being built in that area. If it's being built in that area, it has to be this one. This one we see here. And that video could be recorded.
I'm just trying to align the image, okay?
I think it's here. I'll show it in a second, okay? Family, I'm working on the video. This is really complicated, you know? I think it's right there. You can see this kind of little park here. See it there. Here, you have to understand the image we're looking at. It's 2024. This has changed very quickly because it's under construction. Buildings were being constructed. It could be that one or this one. Well, we have to use the road as a reference. We have to pay attention to what we're doing. Vegetation in the middle to separate one lane from another. Okay, here we are. Okay, now yes, now yes, now yes. Family. Now yes. There it is. Lane that separates. Painted lines on the road. Painted lines on the road.
Amazing, huh?
Amazing. We did it, family. That's how it's done. It's a lot of hours. I always say it. It's so many hours to know where things happen. Based on the fire, it must have passed through here. Look here at the missile fuel containers, of course. Okay. Explanation for the video? Iran is loading the missile fuel, and it's a very, very delicate operation. If it's not done slowly, if the temperature conditions and the required pace aren't followed, it explodes. The liquid fuel has to be loaded into the missiles just hours before launching them. It can't be left in the missile permanently, since the temperatures have to be controlled. Unlike solid fuel, which can be loaded and stored for years, even with the missile loaded. What we're seeing is that this base has missiles with liquid propulsion and that they've gone overboard. With one of them. Goodbye. Look here. That is the container that carries the vessels with the missile fuel. So we could say that we have already geolocated where those explosions are happening in Iran. Well, this one goes all the way to the missile right there. It's carrying the missile. Look at the shadow. Look at the shadow with the cone. Look at the missile. Clear as day. Look, another missile. All right.
All right.
We're live right now, family. Oh my, another one, another.
Más combustible.
More fuel. This is a gold mine, huh? Gold mine? Assembly workshop.
Whew, more fuel.
We're live right now, family. Let's see when they start building this place. (2019). 2015, 2009. The place already existed since 2003, huh? Since 2003, this place we're looking at already existed. You can tell and see it. If you notice, there has been some deterioration over time, but the facility has been expanding, you know? It's a facility that's being built. It's being built continuously over time. Look here, 2007, 2007. 2012.
Sí.
A lot of people work in there. Look, let's pay attention to the cars. 2014. Let's keep going. Look at how many people work there. Wow, that's a lot of people, huh? Of course, these industries here have to be 100% related. It's a mega missile base, huh? Mega missile base. What we're seeing right now. How the terrain is changing, how this is being prepared. They have so many missiles that they can't fit them inside. They have to leave them outside. This, to me, well, we're going to talk about the missile issue now, okay? Tremendous. All right, now we know where it is. Plan area. And the base that's there, all right, missile issues, let's talk about it. Let's change course right now and talk about the next thing. I'm going to explain something. During the 12-day war, Iran used two tactics. One was to launch large but old missiles to deplete the Aero Systems air defense, and then launch more precise missiles to accurately hit the places they wanted. They didn't launch short-range missiles near the border with Iraq. Why? Because the United States of America and Israel had control over that entire sector. Iran has a vast arsenal of short-range missiles, about 1,000 kilometers, which, if brought closer to the border with Iraq, could strike areas in eastern Israel. They are missiles on double launchers, very quick to move and hard to detect, and they are saving them, keeping them for when the air defense is degraded so they can launch them in mass and cause chaos. But also, I've been looking into what I had been talking about for a while. During the 12-day war, it didn't come into play. The missile farms. What are the farms? The missile farms. All right. The missile goes inside a cylindrical container and it gets buried. Imagine, this is the border with Iraq. Imagine, in this place it's done. You'll see it. Just a second here. Border with Iraq and Nueva Ometra. They make a hole and start putting missiles underground. In the middle of nowhere, all connected, all prepared, they make these holes. They get inside here. The launchers are already prepared and they stay there for years. The fuel is already loaded in the missile. There's no need to load the fuel. There's no need to charge. The missile is already loaded, and when they decide, they start launching them. At the same time that they've built those missile farms, they've built others where there are no missiles to confuse everything, ready for when the day comes to start launching and firing, launching and firing. Kermasham is the closest place to all this story. I suppose the missile farms aren't very far from Kermasham. And there's also another issue in this story. Iran hasn't launched all the missile models it had during the war. During those 12 days, they launched the missiles whose fuel expires more quickly, because they were already old and would have needed maintenance that would have cost them a fortune. So what Iran did was clear out space in their arsenal. And now, from the 12-day war until now, they've started building new missiles, better ones, capable of launching mass attacks. That's what Israel fears, and that's what Israel has realized. That's why Israel says the entire missile program needs to be eliminated. It's not for any other reason. It's not just a whim of Israel. More images of what has happened in Tehran. Pay attention to this. Let's go to the video. Multi-camera footage. Everyone pay attention to the central image. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Let's watch it again. The area where it says Tehran, Iran. And something just passes through the image. It could be an insect, but it just so happens to pass by at that moment. Take a look. And we already saw this in Venezuela. You can see something passing by and then the glow starts. One, two, three. It's a kind of pulse. Does anyone have any suggestions? Does anyone know what's going on there? Pulse weapons. They've brought out the discombobulator. This seems pretty strange to me, folks. Pretty strange. Tremendous, huh? Tremendous. Let's change the subject. Let's change the subject. Iran has given the order. It has told Hezbollah to join the fight if hostilities break out with Israel, aiming to expand the front beyond Iran. Israel has told Hezbollah that if they dare to move even an inch from the hole where they are, the response will be much harsher. Be careful with Hezbollah, be careful with Lebanon. And just today, ships have arrived. From Russia, from China to Iran, officially military exercises in the Bandar Abbas area. Images, we are watching it live. Russia arrives in Iran. There we are watching the arrival ceremony of the Russian Navy in Iran. There are also Chinese ships with them. This weekend, military exercises will be held. Russian corvette has arrived in Iran. We can see it there. Bandar Abbas. New video of the explosion at the missile mega factory. There it is, right? Same place, same location, something happened there. Something exploded, something got out of their hands. News medley. Pay attention to the mega mix we're about to drop now. Get ready, okay? Let's go.
Let's go with this.
President Bezeskian. Someone said that Iran's Islamic State of Iraq and Syria is bureaucracy. Well, we're eliminating them. You have the authority to eliminate Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. In Iran. Cable news network reports that Israel has raised its alert level in the last 24 hours. The advisor to the Iranian parliament, Mahdi Mohammed. Iran is ready to give the United States a lesson that will change history. The Jerusalem City Council will provide residents with an informational brochure detailing emergency procedures and life-saving guidance, along with a complete list of available shelters. Shall we continue, Janae? The session of Israel's Political Security Cabinet was postponed from Thursday to Sunday. This could be an effort to prevent Tehran from misinterpreting the timing and launching a preemptive action before any joint decision is made between the United States and Israel. We explain this and stop here. We stop. Tomorrow, the Israeli Security Cabinet was going to meet to discuss the current security situation. The last time this happened, that night, the attack on Iran began. Iran knows that if there's any of these strange meetings, the attack is on its way. Iran doesn't want to cast the first stone, but it will. If it knows the birds are in the air, Iran fires. Unlike before, when they waited to get hit before responding. So what is Israel doing? Playing. We postpone this session to Sunday and let Donald Trump decide if the attack will be launched this weekend. How did I tell you to buy food and water for this weekend? Let's continue. According to the Iranian regime, some reeds near some houses caught fire. 12 additional F-15Es for the Middle East. And pay attention because we have the photos. Now we know the configuration format. It's just that this is what the random people say. They know too much. A tanker carries about 4 to 5 planes. 4 to 5 F-15. We see more images. People are amazing. When people start taking pictures of the sky, they start seeing things like this. It's incredible. Look, 5 F-15S3, 4, and another one that's probably out of the picture, not shown there. They can carry up to 6. But in this case, they're going with 5 because they'll be loaded, so they're refueling continuously. There's a constant refueling going on. And there it is. Iran knows they're heading there. Iran knows they're heading there. The Iranian Minister of Foreign Affairs projects an image of calm in public. But in private, they are concerned that the demands of the United States will not be met. Skies of Israel. Has anyone recorded anything? Did anyone accidentally take a photo? An E-3 Sentry flying, heading towards Saudi Arabia. Oh my, phones these days?
Are incredible, huh?
An airborne warning and control system flying over the skies of Israel, heading to Saudi Arabia. Thank you, we see it there. This is public information, right? Remember the End of the World movie? The movie where the United States elites take planes to be evacuated to a mega bunker? It's not a movie. It's last night's reality. The United States of America, with stratotanker planes moving aircraft to Europe. Are you seeing it there? We must not underestimate Iran's ability to cause harm. According to leaked military sources, the regime could end up severely weakened or even be destroyed. Iran is facing an existential war. And attention, the breaking news everyone was waiting for. Where is the aircraft carrier Gerald Ford right now? I mentioned it in the last 48 hours. The video that was being shared on social media was fake. The Gerald Ford hadn't passed through the Strait of Gibraltar yet. It hadn't crossed over to the little pond, the Mediterranean bathtub, yet.
I said it.
I was criticized. You say it's a lie because you haven't given all the information. The Gerald Ford official position today activated its positioning system when it entered the maritime traffic zone, waiting to enter the Mediterranean. Here it is. Off the coast of Morocco. There we see it. We see to the east of Rabat. Information should be given when it is confirmed, not when it is published. All right, and now here. And now what do we do? Good? Video. He has customized his F-35 so that it has a range of 1,700 kilometers for a round-trip attack. They have taken them to the workshop. This looks like the Fast and Furious movie, but with planes. They've modified them so their planes can go back and forth. I won't say how or what was done to them. Obviously, it comes at a cost, that modification, but it's striking. Mountains of Shiraz. New fire, new explosion in Shiraz. Of course, they're fueling it like there's no tomorrow. And what's happening is happening. What's happening is happening that the missiles are blowing up in the air before they even launch them. They're nervous. They're very nervous right now. Siras, let's go over there. Same operation. We fly. And here we have it a bit clearer. We know Siraz. We've looked at the map many times. We know there are a lot of facilities, a lot of secret bases around here. Scattered, some of them must have blown up. Some of them in the area, maybe the fuel ran out for some of them. The good thing they have, or usually do, they refuel in an armored room, separate from the rest of the facility. Otherwise, the whole facility would blow up. Iran usually does this more or less over there. That is to say, yes, but it blows up on them. Or it could have been internal sabotage, which is also possible. I don't think so. I'd bet more on the idea that the fuel was stolen. And that's why we see what we see. The facility catches fire, it's put out, the room is cleaned, and it goes back to operating. Ram. A great war with Iran is approaching. Donald J. Trump posts, that Trump has come close to a great war with Iran. Iran? The Vorfore.
Han cruzado el charco. 50.
The other not. Netanyahu, as I'm...
Musulmanes de Israel y a los musulmanes de todo el mundo.
Do you feel? Do you have fruits? Let's let Vivi hide. She's laughing. Has Russia sent its navy to conduct exercises, and for those exercises to prevent an attack on Bandar Abbas? It could be. It could be everything. It could be. It's amazing what we're experiencing. What we're seeing is incredible. Family, it's absolute madness. And let's see what happens. We're watching it. We have more. Well, how are we doing? We're doing well. Family, how many people are we? We're going to check 15,000 people right now. Please, we're missing your likes. They're super important. Where are you connecting from today? Leave us your impressions. What do you think of the show? What are you enjoying? What do you think about all this? Do you think it's going to happen this weekend, or do you think it's not going to happen this weekend? I want to know your opinions. The chat is there. You can express yourselves. You can comment. And we also have breaking news. Thank you. There's breaking news. You have to get ready, okay? You have to get ready. Let's go to remove the filter too. Well, it's crazy, huh? This is absolutely crazy. What's coming is absolutely crazy.
Let's remove the filter. Flights right now. Has Iran issued any statement? Is there any statement?
Is it doing it? Iran? Has Iran issued an air navigation alert? from February 19th at 3:30 in the morning until 1:30 in the afternoon. February 19th, that is tonight, a temporary flight ban is established over southern Iran through the central corridor of the country, which extends to the Strait of Hormuz. Photograph. Are these the exercises? Thanks. Are these the exercises with Russia? Or are they going to open Pandora's box? One thing is clear. Iran this time is going to start firing from the east of the country. Last time they did it from the west and many of their launchers were destroyed. Now they're going to launch from farther away. This way, they are going to prevent Israel from having such a quick reaction time to destroy the launchers. They will degrade the anti-air defenses, moving from east to west. You'll see. Well, tonight we have a notice to airmen. The alert begins. Notice to airmen confirmed, right? It's a confirmed notice to airmen. Game? Of course. This matches, or at least it matches with what I'm saying. Right now they are preparing their launch zones, a dress rehearsal to close the Strait of Hormuz to launch anti-ship ballistic missiles. Look, Iran is really weakened, but we shouldn't underestimate their capabilities, okay? They can do it. They're capable of doing it. They're capable of doing it. How long? I don't know. They can hold on, not for long. I imagine with all the force that the United States and Israel are going to deploy, but it's true, it's very likely that they could have some response capability. Khamenei? The old madman. Published this yesterday. Khamenei wants the submarine to sink, the ships, the aircraft carrier. Khamenei wants the aircraft carrier. Pay attention to the video, okay? Pay attention to the video. There it is, there. Something more dangerous than a working aircraft carrier. Thank you. They have the world's greatest military force. They are continuously sending warships to Iran. But there is something more dangerous, something that can sink those ships, the weapon that can sink those ships. It is published by Khamenei, and the photograph, the Gerald Ford, turned into a coffin with its grave at the bottom of the sea. There you see it. Opinions. What do you think about this? That he just said, Khamenei, he wants his aircraft carrier sunk. Will he get it? But there's another video, even much worse. There's another one. Pay more attention to this one, family. Let's go with it.
Este.
A Raven, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, massive drone launches. They sure like artificial intelligence. Can they do it? Can they pull it off? Look, 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 look. Wet dreams of the Ayatollah. The last 24 hours are getting very intense. All the aircraft carriers in the Middle East have been sunk. Mr. President. Mr. President? The regime's United States propagandists are already claiming they'll sink an aircraft carrier. They have no idea. Iran has no idea what's going to happen to them when Donald Trump brings out the discombobulator. I can't even imagine it. Imagine the number of things that will happen. Russia has said on its television that Iran destroyed 5 or 6% of Israel's structure during the 12-day war. Goodbye.
That's tremendous. This is tremendous.
Yes, well, Trump, attention. There are statements from Trump. Trump, we have Trump. Last minute. Donald Trump, statements from Vox. Well, well, well. Oh my goodness. If Iran decides not to reach an agreement, could it be that we might need to use Diego Garcia? They want the United States out of Diego Garcia, but it won't leave. Diego Garcia? That's where the B-52s and B-2S can arrive? The B-1 is. Although I think they're going to come through Lajes, I think the story is going to come from somewhere else. Family? Oh my goodness, this is on fire. This is sparking right now live here on Military Strategies. Come on, let's go with the super chats. Let's go with your comments. I'm interested to see what you're commenting and what you're saying. Let's look at comments from the collaborators, from the community, and from everyone, because we're also going to take comments from other people. What's that about Diego Garcia? It's an island in the Indian Ocean where there's a very important air base and a very important naval station for launching operations in Asia. Let's take a look at it. Ricardo. Welcome, Andrea, and thank you for your constant effort beyond schedules. Marta, welcome. Marta, welcome again. Marta, a big welcome to Andrea once again. Strategies. Are your daily contents getting more interesting every day? Angela, is it because of strategies? I don't have Maria's excuse, who left the housework to listen to Jesus. Now I'm going to have to work hard like Marta. I don't understand, but thank you. I don't understand some things. Thank you very much, David. Greetings. Strategies that people bless. Thank you very much, David. Oh, impressive. The deployment of the United States is impressive. It's crazy. David, thank you very much. Angie, welcome. Thank you. Greetings to Colombia. Fanny, thank you very much. Greetings to Venezuela, to Chile, to Puerto Rico, United States. David Martinez, thank you very much again to that Katarina. Thank you for your info. Good job. Hugs from Israel, coming soon. 424,000. We've reached 424,000. I can't believe it. Thank you so much, family. Random strategies. Random strategies. Yes, yes, yes. Random strategies. I'm going to show you the operations room that has been set up. Strategies now. Now. Lately, you've been asking me when the new studio is ready. Well, this is the strategies operations room right now. We're here. Everything's ready, okay? We won't miss any details, yes. A hydration and food system so we can eat at the same time. And I'm not even going to tell you about what's underneath. Nobody moves. Yeah, nobody leaves their seat. Everyone stays right there. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. No.
Nothing.
We're there. They're not mine because then you're going to criticize the socks. The socks aren't mine. Nothing. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Family. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you so much to all the moderators who are with us every day, for your work and for the information. Bye for now. Let's see how this turns out. Have the shelters in Israel opened yet? I think. Gerald Ford, near Morocco, a warship arriving at Bandar Abbas. And there's another important piece of news. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell for notifications of new videos.
There's another one. This?
Yesterday, we were talking about the F-16s that were coming from South Carolina. Where the monkeys escape from and where the psychiatric hospitals are full, there's no room for anyone else.
Bueno.
Well, these F-16s are coming in a very special configuration. Remember this word. Wild Weasel, Wild Weasel, remember that word. Wild Weasel configuration.
Some may ask, is that really a strategy? Let's find out.
What is Wild Weasel? Well, the configuration those F-16s have is for suppressing anti-air defenses. These planes are meant to fly low, get past anti-air defenses, and destroy them. It's a modification that's made. I'm reading to you, okay? I'm reading this word for word. Like I said, I also have to keep learning new things. I had never heard it in my life.
But there it is.
It's a specialized version of the F-16 designed for Suppression of Enemy Air Defenses missions, SEAD. Suppression of enemy air defenses, that is, suppression of enemy air defenses. Its main mission is to detect, identify, and destroy radars and surface-to-air missile systems. What is the mission? Which one? The F-16s.
Ace.
Are they the decoy? What do you mean the decoy? How? What do you mean the decoy? What do you mean the F-16s? They're going to activate the radars and the anti-air defenses. How are they going to run out in front of the radars? Are they going to fly? Are they going to be detected? Are they going to light up with their radar? Iran, they're going so that Iran takes the bait, The F-18S, the F-35S, the F-22S launch their attacks without being seen. Provocation disturbs the peace of Iran's skies. Wild Whistle. Coming soon in Iran? We are live. Family. Your likes, your comments. The war begins. The adventure begins. It begins. Their motto? The first to enter and the last to leave. The Piyuan Harsa. They carry high-frequency active auroral research program, anti-radiation missiles, electronic warfare systems to detect radar emissions, systems. And they are going to risk everything to destroy Iran's air defense. Family. That's all for now. We'll be back tonight with more information. I hope you enjoyed this live broadcast. Thank you so much for collaborating and for being with us. We're quickly heading over to our friend and colleague JR, in quotes. I recommend that you also subscribe to her channel. See you in the next program here on Military Strategies.